I think it's appropriate to start with you were born in England and you lived there for how long?
Yeah, I lived there for about 4 years, and then I moved to New York, lived there for about 2 years, back to England, then to South Africa, then back to England, then to Oklahoma.
What?
Then here, yeah.
Why? Like, why so many? 'Cause, I mean, that's more than I would think most people would move typically.
Yeah, just my dad just going wherever the opportunity led.
Basically, that time before that where you were in England and then you moved to Oklahoma, that was the last time you technically lived overseas, right? You were in the U.S. pretty much from there on out.
Right. Yeah. Oklahoma was middle school, so 6th, 7th, 8th grade. And then moved here, Virginia Beach, when I was like 12. Yeah, I mean, it was just moving nonstop till I was about 12, which has its ups and downs, you know. So it's like, it's exciting, but I didn't get like a sense of home until I moved here.
How long had you lived in Oklahoma before coming here?
3 years.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, you're still fairly new to the U.S.
Yeah, I got a bit of practice, you know, with the American kind of culture. But yeah, I came here feeling like absolute outsider.
Which, talking now, I mean, people might be able to hear it, but like you've lost, I would say like a good portion of like the accent, but it was probably still pretty prevalent.
Oh yeah, for about 10 years. I mean, yeah, because I mean, I think when you're really young, you kind of mold to your surroundings and
like your parents and things like that, and who you're around. Yeah. So when did you find music was something that you even wanted to do, like guitar specifically?
Yeah, I didn't really get into music as a listener until middle school. That's when I kind of like fell in love with music. Before then, it was just
a casual listener, basically.
Yeah.
When do you think the switch like kind of flipped?
6th or 7th grade.
Was there anything that like happened that made you all of a sudden want to do that?
I remember middle school, this kid played the national anthem in the cafeteria, and I was like, it was like the coolest thing I've ever seen. So I asked him to give me guitar lessons.
Really?
Yeah. So I just had one. Remember, I went to his house and he showed me how to play a power chord.
And that was the beginning.
Yeah. So and then after that, I just listened to music and just kind of played to it until I sounded like I knew what I was doing.
Yeah. So you're completely self-taught.
Yeah. Well, someone taught me how to play a power chord.
Correct. Someone taught you how to play a power chord.
Yeah.
But from there, basically completely self-taught.
Yep.
When was the first band that you played in?
I think, ninth grade, it was called Amilbus, which is Sublime backwards, where we just played Sublime tunes.
Nice.
I mean, it was the first time I got with 3 or 4 guys and played music, so I guess you could count that.
Definitely count it.
But yeah, Until Next Time, 100% the first time I...
Like first band where you were actually writing music.
Yes. Yeah. That was huge because, before that, I was just playing other people's music.
But that's crazy to me that you said that you really only had the one band before Until Next Time. Because you met Thomas in 10th grade, right?
I might have met him in 9th grade.
But you didn't really start interacting with him until 10th grade. What even led up to that conversation of the two of you, like starting to form a band?
A mutual friend introduced him to me.
And that was it?
Yeah.
Basically like that. Wow. That's so crazy to me. You're just meeting up with somebody, like just the way that opens up a door to like just start playing music.
Yeah.
Going back to the point of basically Until Next Time being the first band that you were writing music in, that would have surprised me because when I came to try out for bass, which AOL Instant Messenger, that was how Thomas contacted me because I had, played a show with him like I think a year prior to that. I would have never have guessed that was only like your second band, but like your first band.
Judging by what?
Just the fact of what you were playing.
Oh.
Like it sounded like you knew what you were doing for a very, very long time. Like it's just it seemed to be that was just something that you were naturally good at, just writing your own music.
Oh, thank you. Well, I mean, yeah, I mean, I guess I had 4 years practice just sitting by myself playing guitar. So yeah, it was great. Finally being able to take that and play with other people.
But then we had, Until Next Time, and then Adastra. Seth was in Adastra. And then, of course, Cicero. But right before that, you had joined the Sideline with Seth. So what was that experience like?
Oh, I mean, it was fun. It definitely was like to me, I didn't really have like much of an emotional attachment to it. It was just me kind of like having fun playing guitar for someone else's songs.
So let's talk about an event that happened recently, and that was the birth of your first child, Arlo.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, I would hope so. So that was, May of last year. What was it like to first hear maybe the words or to first find out that Holly was pregnant?
So she took the test and it came out negative. So we were convinced that she wasn't pregnant. So she retook it maybe the next day or something. And she's like, AJ, come over here. And I was just like, I couldn't believe my eyes.
Was there any like special thing that was done, or she just told you to come over?
She told me in the moment when she was like dumbfounded. So like, she was like, oh my God, look at this. Yeah, I kind of ran into the room because I was so curious. Because it's not like, oh, I didn't know if she's pregnant. I was convinced that she is not because of the previous test. So I was like, oh, whoa. Yeah.
What did you feel like when you saw that it was positive?
Very excited.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I got to a point that I was ready to have a kid in like, every aspect.
So no fear whatsoever?
No, definitely not at the beginning.
Well, not in the beginning. So it changed?
Well, I mean, maybe a little bit more as it got closer, but
right.
I'm not a very anxious person.
So you were just ready to go with kind of whatever it brought on, basically.
Yeah. That's kind of how I am, so.
And then Arlo was born in May. Mm-hmm. And if I remember correctly, she was late, right?
2 or 3 weeks late, yeah.
I can't even imagine what that experience is like, though, to be in the room when he was born.
Oh, yeah, that was... I mean, people say that, like, guys kind of look down and pass out or throw up and stuff. They have that kind of reaction.
Some probably do.
Yeah. But I had none of that.
Smitten right from the beginning?
Yeah. And then he arrived, and he wasn't crying for the first few minutes. So
Scary.
I guess you could say, I guess that is when I can tell you I felt anxious.
Right.
Yeah. He was laid down, and then this mystery nurse, he came in, went up to him and just kind of like poked him or touched him or whatever, and immediately he was...
Really?
It's like this guy was like some kind of guru.
Yeah. They called him in specifically for that.
Yes.
That's crazy.
He came in like, what's up? And then I walked up to him. Just like, and I went up to him. I was like, how did you do that? And he's just like, I've been doing this for almost 30 years or so.
Really?
Yeah. It was crazy, yeah.
That's insane to me because he wasn't in there for the birth or anything like that. He was specifically called in for that.
He just came in from the clouds. Yeah.
I wonder if that's literally all he does there. Just sits there at a desk waiting to be called. Hey, we got a baby that's not crying. You got a quiet one. Call him in. He does his thing. That's crazy, man.
Yeah.
But obviously he was healthy.
Yeah.
Baby boy.
Yeah.
Still a healthy baby boy.
Mm-hmm.
And before you know it, he's going to be holding a guitar,
Yeah.
playing guitar or
Yeah.
drums.
Yeah.
Or drums.
We'll see.
Maybe some drums.
Yeah.
Do you ever just look at him and just be like, yeah, I made that?
Yeah. Yeah. And then just looking at him and just making him laugh or smile is just, it's just one of the simpler things in life that's just awesome.